Today is April 30th, and my subscription has arrived. Let's take a look. Your monthly subscription is here. Yay! You acquire an item, Unpeeled Peridot of Peril. A peridot is a rock. You can't peel it. Can you? This is an enchanted peridot with the peel still on it, which is to say a brown paper wrapping with a little ribbon. Type usable, cannot be discarded, free pull from Hanks. Peridot of Peril. That sounds great. That sounds like something out of Indiana Jones. Let's use it. You unpackage your peridot or peril and think about all the danger it's going to help you rush into. You acquire an item, Peridot of Peril. This peridot-shaped gem will allow you to see all of the danger in your future and choose which facets of it you will recklessly hurl yourself at. Type accessory, cannot be traded or discarded. Maximum hit points and mana points plus 30. Regenerate between 12 and 15 hit points and mana points per adventure, plus 15% item drops from monsters. For your first adventure in each zone per day, you can choose which monster you fight. That is really cool. I wonder if that only happens when you're wearing it or if it happens just by owning the peridot. I'm trying to think, where do I try this out? Oh, there is a Foresee Peril link on the Peridot of Peril. Whoa, that is very green. You can foresee peril 3 more times today. Foresee peril 4, and then I can give a player name. You gaze into your peridot and foresee a horrible future for TroopMat. You send them a message to alert them. I have seen a future in which you go on YouTube and watch the documentary The History of Slipping on Banana Peels by John Boyce. This isn't a joke, it's super good. You acquire an item, banana. Do I acquire it? Does the person I send it to acquire it? Okay, I do not appear to have a banana, so maybe the person I sent it to got a banana? That did not do at all what I thought it was going to do. Why would I foresee peril for somebody? Well, I hope they get something cool. Okay, so I'm now wearing the Peridot of Peril, and I'm going to adventure in a new zone for the day. That's very green. You peer through the peridot into your future. Each facet reveals a different possible pathway through time on which you will be hassled by a particular foe. Head towards a beefy bodyguard bat, or I choose peace. I guess I was hoping this would help me shortcut towards the boss bat, but it doesn't look that way. So I'm going to choose peace and see what happens. Maybe you'll lead yourself somewhere else. Okay, so nothing happened. What happens if I adventure there again? Oh, I get the bodyguard bat anyway. So I can think of one zone where this would be helpful. Will it help me find the correct nightstand in the bedroom? Oh, sweet. It totally did. That's awesome. Now, can I combine it with the crepe paper parachute cave and fight the ornate nightstand again? Oh, no. I already have the beige cooldown effect on. Darn. But there it is. My second ornate nightstand. That's great. I checked my outbox after foreseeing future for TroopMat, but I don't see the outgoing message, so that's kind of odd. They received it in their inbox. Okay, so now I'm going to check if I still get to choose my first monster in each zone if the peridot is not equipped. Nope, I do not. Okay, I think picking my own monster will be useful on Twin Peak. Let's give it a try. Nice. So I used monster habitats to copy a trick-or-treat monster. And I'm curious if that will show up in the monster list when I try to complete Shen Copperhead's quest in the Bat Rat and Rat Bat Burrow. Let's see. Oh, it does not! So even though I added the trick-or-treat monster to the monster pool in the Bat Rat and Rat Bat Burrow, it still doesn't show up as one of the choices. That's too bad. Oh, and the Ninja Snowman Assassin does not show up in the list either. Something that occurs to me is that the peridot will make it much easier to get pocket wishes from the Book of Facts, because those only show up with certain monsters, and this lets me just fight that monster directly, which is really, really nice, and lets me get a pocket wish right away in run, so long as I have both of those Mr. Store items. So the peridot will help me complete the Spooky Raven Manor quest faster, because now I can go to the wine cellar and the laundry room and directly fight the monsters I want, and then use any skills like Transcendent Olfaction that I have available to make those monsters show up more frequently. So this is really neat. And notice the peridot's not letting me pick my opponent in the typical tavern cellar, which is interesting. But it looks like the Peridot will only show the monster that matches your current monster level. So in my case, I've got a lot of monster level piled on, right? So it's showing me an oil cartel, but I suspect it would only show an oily slick if that was all you had the monster level for. Now this is really nice. I've got the unstable fulminate equipped, and now I can just go straight to the monstrous boiler. Thank you, Toy Cupid Bow. I needed those rusty hedge trimmers. So this is nice because I'm able to pick Race Car Bob and then use my nosy nose to follow him around and hopefully get more chances at getting the book to unlock the next zone. So what will the Peridot do when I try to visit Dr. Awkward's office when it only has one monster? I assume nothing. Yep, just someone encounter. Makes sense. Ooh, I can choose to fight the astronomer. Don't mind if I do. Now that I've beaten the naughty sorceress, I'm trying to figure out where I would need the Peridot in the kingdom if it's not for a council quest. I'm really not sure. I got a chat message that Treatment has foreseen peril in my future. It says, I had a premonition where something happened to you in France. I don't know what. Really, I just needed the excuse to say, Mon chéri, you acquire an item, cherry. I foresee that sometime in the near future you will be unable to hear anyone because you will have a banana in your ear. This banana. You acquire an item, banana. I foresee a future where jokes are being written about fruit and someone arrives on the job late and is a little bummed that someone else has already done the orange you glad one. You acquire an item, orange. These are adorable. First impressions. This is a tricky one. It's kind of a one-trick pony. When I'm wearing all my other Mr. Store equipment, I don't really notice the increase to maximum hit points and mana points, or the hit point mana point regeneration, or the additional item drops, because all of those are things that other equipment takes care of. I mean, they're all nice. I certainly notice when I don't have hit points or mana points or items that drop. So the big differentiator is being able to pick which monster you fight for your first adventure in each zone each day. And that is really, really cool, as I saw when I was finishing up my ascension, because I was able to pick to fight an astronomer. I was able to pick to fight the monstrous boiler. And that saves me adventures for sure. And it saves me real world time when I'm trying to click through. But outside of an ascension, I'm just struggling to figure out where this would be valuable. I'm certain it would be valuable for item farming. If there's a particular monster that you want to fight, you can fight it on your first adventure in the zone and then use all of your transcendent olfaction type skills and then encounter it much more frequently. So for item farming, this will be very valuable. Typically though, after I defeat the naughty sorceress, I am exploring content unlockers, accumulating drops, accumulating the currency, for example, from Cyber Realm. And I don't think this would help much in a zone like Cyber Realm. So yeah, this seems like the kind of item of the month that some people are really going to love if they ascend a lot or are always trying to fight a particular monster or item farming. But if you're not in that category, I don't know that you'll gain as much outside of the nice quality of life improvements from the maximum hit points, mana points, and hit point and mana point regeneration and item drop. The hit point and mana point regeneration is in particular really good for just a single accessory. I'll have to play with this one more. Thanks for watching!